Hello, my friends. I hope you are well. Long time no see. To be honest, I was involved in some projects and I hadn't enough time to prepare a new record for you. But today I had a little bit time, so I decided to prepare a new record about exciting topic for you. And I promise you, this is one of the exciting application you can see today. So please follow the record, please follow the video, and you will learn a lot. And a kind request, if it's helpful for you, if that is makes sense for you, I would appreciate if you like this YouTube video, like my GitHub repo, and like the application in Hugging Face. But what you want to make today? Actually, I just checked the GitHub repository about Docling. I found out that that is so interesting. And you can check the Docling. It's a Docling parses document and exports them to the desired format with ease and speed. So I guess that this GitHub repository can be inspiring for a lot of developers who want to make a really great things about converters. So I inspired this GitHub repository and I made my customized application I will show you in a minute. Anyway, you have access to Docling documentation. It's a good and well-written documentation. You have access to that and you can check the requirements. But don't worry, I will share with you everything and I explain everything line by line. This is my GitHub repository about this application. The name is Professional Document Converter. I will back to this GitHub repository to check the code with together. But before that, it's not bad to check the main application. This is the application in the GitHub, in the Hugging Face. The name is Professional Document Converter in my Hugging Face spaces, arad 1367. And it's a convert document from files and URLs to various forms. And that is exciting. And I will explain it. And it's on the 0 GPU. Means that free GPU on Hugging Face. If you have a pro account in the Hugging Face, you can use 0 GPU. So what about this application? If you check this application, you have two different kinds of inputs, file and URL. It means that you can actually input a PDF file or a URL. This URL can be anything. It doesn't matter. It's a PDF or a website link, okay? So we'll see in the minutes, and you can actually put your URL here. You can use GPU, or it can actually be down with CPU as well. I actually suggest you to use accurate table mode, slower but better. And then you can see in the output three different kinds of output: the Markdown output, the JSON format, and DOCX format. So let's test it, okay? Before that, you can see here, you have access to my LinkedIn, to my GitHub repo, to my PhD defense demo, and Docling project. I made this application with love for you, okay? So, let's test it. I have a sample here. Just check this sample. It's a paper about better means of effective e-procurement system. There are some information, it's a document, it's a PDF file, okay? So let me put it here and you can see we have sample PDF here and then convert documents. So started, the process is started and the magic happened very soon. There we go. You can see here the conversion completed successfully. Use the download buttons below to get your files. Great. So you can see we have a lot of information. All of them actually exported directly from our PDF and very, very good. I think that we have even references, everything. And the good parts, we have here we can actually download the Markdown format, the JSON format, and doc format. That is great. If you check here, for example, about doc format, yes. There we go. That is great. You can see all information extracted, and that is great. That is really, really great. But what about the links? Let me actually refresh the page again. For example, this is the main paper about Docling technical report from guys who actually created this Docling from IBM. And you can see a lot of information. Let me actually use this link first. And on the URL mode, just use GPU, use accurate table, and convert that. We're using 0 GPU, and because I actually selected to use GPU here, but it can be actually done in the CPU as well. So that's a great option. And you can see how fast is that, and it can actually give us enough information. And if you are interested in this actually space, you can duplicate the space for private use. So it's the option I put here. So feel free to use it if you like it. And let me prepare another link. For example, Springer. This link, you can see this link. It's not a PDF link even, but we can even use this one. This is the actually amazing part. For example, if you are interested in a specific URL in the internet and you would like to see this information in a nice format, Markdown, JSON, or doc, yeah? So it can be another use for the case. Let's check here. It's about Docling paper. You can see everything very beautiful and even tables. You can see how beautiful is that. It's really exciting and I love it. And even extracted all links. So that is amazing. That is really amazing. I love it. That is great and a lot of information and then extracted part. Okay, let me put another URL because I told you it's possible to add even URL that's not PDF, okay? For example, here, converted, the process is starting, and you can see how fast is that? Business Information System Engineering and all information about this web page. That is amazing. And you can see how it can actually extract all necessary information. That is great. And you can actually use it in the JSON, Markdown, or even docs. Okay, this is about application. Please, if you like this application, if you like this Hugging Face space, please like it. Don't forget it, and it can actually make me more motivated to make other application for you in the future. Okay, let's back to my GitHub repository, and I put here a very nice documentation, a very readme.md file. You can check here. Even here, you actually access a table of content, features, demo, requirements. Let's check it. About the feature, convert PDF documents to multiple formats, support both file uploads and even URL imports. We have 3 different kinds of outputs: Markdown, JSON, and docs. We saw actually demo. They're all requirements. This is all requirements you need, and installation. You just need to clone this repo directly, make a virtual environment. If you are in Linux or Mac, use bin activate. If you are in the Windows, then scripts activate. Okay. However, in the Windows, if you use git bash, again, you can use this format. Okay. Install dependencies, and we need actually use the sudo apt-get in Linux, in Mac Bro, and in Windows for OCR this module or library. Okay. We have 2 ways. I put 2 that's py file here for you. One of them is for local app. It means that if you want to just use it in your computer locally without deploying the Hugging Face, you can use local app.py, but the deployed version in the Hugging Face is this one. We will see it and we will check it together. And here we have a project structure and a lot of information and acknowledgement is thanks to Docling, Gradio, Hugging Face, and other stuff. Okay, if you are actually interested to contact me, you can use my academic email. You can send actually me email to my academic email, to my personal email, to my LinkedIn, and this is my GitHub repository. That's all. So let's talk about the code. I will explain everything for you line by line. Please ignore import spaces if you want to actually use it locally. Import spaces is for using zero GPU in Hugging Face. So if you want to use it locally with Gradio user interface, you don't need import spaces. But keep in mind, spaces is for using zero GPU in Hugging Face. I have used the Gradio software development kit. It is really great and I really love Gradio. It is really fast and it is really reliable. It can help a lot developers to make user interface very fast. We use JSON, OS, PASLib, logging. About logging, it's not necessary to use logging. The reason I put logging here, I had some error about this application. For debugging, I use logging. So I decided to put logging here for you. It can actually be inspiring for you to use logging if you have some errors. It can be actually really great to track your errors. So the reason I put logging is here, and in the application is I can see all my errors or I don't know any problem about the application in the terminal. So it can be really helpful. Okay, I use Docling, and this is the main part. The magic happens to convert different formats. I used URL lib to check is URL is correct or not. The format of URL must be correct, and URL parser can help us to check it. And datetime and requests are really simple, you know about that. Temp is for temporary file, and nothing special in this section. And again, you can actually delete this part, but it can be really great to use debugging in the application. I made some simple def. The first one is valid URL. I think it's really great to check the URL parser with this small and really simple function. After that, we have the main part, we have the Markdown part. This function can help us to convert Markdown to docs, and it is easy, I guess that. However, you can make it even better if it's a little bit long and I use a lot of ifs. Sorry, you can actually handle it in a better way, a professional way. I just focus on the functionality, and this is the main part. The magic is happen. Create output files. I told you we have three different outputs: the Markdown format, the docs format, and the JSON file. I just use a files in a dictionary format. It's an empty dictionary. We have planned to fill it. So first of all, generate a base file with a path. After that, we use the timestamps. Three different files is required. Create a Markdown file, create a JSON file, and create a proper docs file. And I had error about this file. I will explain for you. Create Markdown file is really easy. Just use the path, just use the temp file, and finally it actually use it actually with open. Actually, you can manipulate how to work with the files. And JSON file is easy. The section I had error was about this part. I use it and I had an error about this part. It's not bad actually to add the suffix here, and delete must be false. Just consider this part, it's important. And another part I had an error was about UTF-8 format. Where is it? Just a moment to check it. This part, yeah. It is important to put encoding here. That is so important. Don't forget to put encoding to UTF-8. That is important in the written format. And again, if you want to use it locally, you don't need this decorator here. This decorator is about using zero GPU in Hugging Face. You easily can actually delete it if you want to use it locally. And this is the main function about process documents. Again, I use try except else here to debugging, and you can again delete this logger part, but it can be helpful for you if you want to use it, the configuration. And finally, I use the converter with Docling, and I just handle different input because we have two inputs. One of them is about file. So if it's file, for example, PDF file, follow these steps. If it's URL, just follow these steps, and finally returns something. And if it's actually a problem, just return invalid input type. Okay. So we consider debugging here. We consider try except else and exceptions. I just put some create title HTML with custom style. I really like it to use it with different HTML and color. And the main part for GR blocks is I usually put some CSS footer and HTML and different rows. So it's about customization, and you can actually change it in any way you like, and processing options. We can actually use a GPU and we can actually use a CPU. So feel free to use both of them. And about documents files again, here we have some Markdown, and we have here the main conversion events and some footer. That's all about this code. Actually, it's not very complicated. Again, for the last time, just check. We have some requirements. We have some logging debugging. We have a function is to check the URL. We have a function to convert Markdown to docs. We have a function to handle our outputs in three different actually outputs way. We have a process document. It can actually, it's about everything happened to receive our results. And we have some HTML. We have some section for our Gradio blocks and handling the rows, user interface, processing option, preview area, download files, and defining the main conversion events and add some footer. And finally, actually launch the app. That's all about this app. If you have any question, please feel free to ask me, and I will explain for you more detail. And that's all. Again, if you have any problem about the code and you need actually more explanation, just put comments for me, and you have access to all codes. You have access to this beautiful well-written README file. You can actually check it, and I explained everything here. Actually, you can follow the installation part, and you have all things you need. Again, guys, if you enjoy this video, if this application is practical for you and that is good to use, I would appreciate if you like this application in Hugging Face. Please put a heart here and start this GitHub repository. It can be really heartwarming for me if I see, okay, somebody here come here and put a star here. It can be really great to see that. And if you think that it's useful, you can check my other repositories. There are a lot of good repositories here. And again, you can actually buy a coffee for me. It's not compulsory, but it can be again heartwarming. Thank you so much and have a nice day. Bye bye.